talk about a couple of them. But Love Our Lake Day is Saturday.
Oh.
Yeah, it's clean at Tuscaloosa. They do it every year, and it's this Saturday. And it starts at 8 o'clock. And if you would like to participate, whether you have a boat or not, you can participate. All you have to do is show up at the Rock Quarry boat landing at 8 o'clock with your boat. Or if you don't have a boat, you can join someone else. And they're going to spend the morning cleaning up Lake Tuscaloosa.
So you get in how does that work exactly? You get in a boat
and you get out there and you start cleaning up trash in the lake and along the shoreline all the way.
Why can I just picture Russell participating in this? I have no idea why. Have you done it before?
No, but it sounds fun.
But you're a civic-minded person. I guess that's why I would think that.
And it's going to be a beautiful day Saturday.
A day on the lake is better than a day inside anytime.
It sure is. What's the weather like on Saturday, y'all?
It looks beautiful. 80 degrees, blue skies.
Yeah.
Nice.
Beautiful day.
No reason not to go.
I assume I don't know if they're going to any other area. This one I think is just Lake Tuscaloosa. I know there's a Black Warrior cleanup, and some of the other lakes, there's some cleanup work going on. But this is a Lake Tuscaloosa. They do it every year, and they have great participation. So if you'd like to show up at 8 o'clock at Rock Quarry Boat Landing and participate in Love Our Lake Day. Got to keep our lake looking good. Beautiful place.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So we also have a fundraiser coming up it's actually called, let me just tell you what it's called. It's called Empty Bowls, fundraiser for Table of Grace. So obviously it's to benefit Table of Grace Pantry. So this is the 18th annual. It's going to be held at Grace Presbyterian Church. That's going to be on Wednesday, March the 25th from 11 to 1. And here's what you're going to want to do. So you just show up, make a $25 donation at the door to partake of a simple meal of soup, bread, and water while you enjoy the live entertainment. And you also get to take home a handcrafted bowl made by local artisans and University of Alabama ceramic students. And if you're in a hurry, but what's really kind of cool about this, I love that they thought about this. If you're in a hurry for an additional $5, attendees can have their meal and bowl package to go.
That's nice.
Right. But if you got some time, the entertainment being provided is by local musicians Jill Chambliss and Dan Vogt of the traditional Irish, English, Scottish trio, the Vulcan Egypts. And they also have tickets that are going to be sold at the event for a prize drawing.
And that's tomorrow, correct?
No.
When is that?
That's the 25th.
25th of
25th
of March.
Yeah.
And that is next week.
Yeah, so that's yes, and it's at Grace Presbyterian Church, and it's from 11 to 1.
Table of Grace is really growing. They're doing some good work. And another thing on Saturday.
This Saturday.
This Saturday is. I got it right this time. Last week I was pushing it for last Saturday. I hope nobody showed up. Well, it's a beautiful day. I mean, it's been nice to be out in the park. But anyway, this Saturday, the Literacy Council of West Alabama is doing book stock.
Okay.
That's this Saturday. And this is going to be starting at 10 o'clock. It'll go to 1 o'clock. And it's at Government Plaza. And they've got Druid City Makerspace going to be there.
Oh.
Arts and Autism, Success by Six, the Hispanic Coalition. Of course, the Literacy Council is going to be there. And they've got all kind of activities. There's pizza and Pepsis and all that kind of stuff. And they've got a parade at 12 called the Character Parade for the kids. So it's kind of pushing the idea of literacy, but they've brought together a lot of different groups. So out in the park, Government Plaza, this Saturday, beginning at 10 o'clock. And go join these good folks. And I think Tuscaloosa Symphony is going to have some folks there playing, actually.
Oh, really?
So it's going to be a good day.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
That'd be a nice day.
Tell me again what time that is.
Starts at 10.
Okay.
And it goes to 1 o'clock. And so if you're not on the lake cleaning up, go to Government Plaza and clean up.
Well, we definitely have options. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead to next Saturday because I love this. I'm excited.
Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah, so it's Tuscaloosa Public Library Repair Cafe. They do this every once in a while. And anyway, it's really cool because you can just show up with whatever you can either carry or roll on the elevator, or carry up to the second floor of the library.
Like a screaming goat.
Like a screaming goat,
okay.
Or maybe a space heater. And they can either repair it for you or teach you how to repair it.
Yeah, don't bring your refrigerator.
No.
That's a little too big.
How would
But
you
they
do
can
that?
show you how to fix it, I bet.
Probably. You know, I didn't think about that. Maybe you can take pictures
Yeah.
or videos and get some.
Somebody to teach
I
you.
didn't think about that. That's
Yeah.
a really great idea. We hadn't
Yeah.
thought about that.
Yeah, you get taught how to
But
fix
that,
the old fridge.
yeah, but that's this next Saturday. It's going to be March the 28th from 12 to 3. So just bring a broken household item and learn how to fix it for free. If you have any questions, call 205-345-5820. I'll be there again.
Very, very popular event. It's really a very popular event. And the library,
I can
again,
see
they're
why.
always doing something good.
There was a lot of people there last time for sure.
Looking down the road a little bit, which is only going to be 3 or 4 weeks away, will be in April. Did you know that? We're almost in April.
We are.
Oh my goodness, we were thinking I was going to get through January. Here we are in April. But anyway, Sunday, April 12th, really, really fun event. If you've never been to WAMA Fest, you've got a chance to go this year. And that's, of course, the West Alabama Multicultural Alliance. That's what WAMA stands for. And the WAMA Fest, Tuscaloosa Heritage Festival. This year, they're celebrating 250 years of Faces of America.
Nice.
And, of course, that's our 250th birthday as a country.
Right.
And that's going to be over at the River Market on Sunday afternoon from 2 to 4. And got all the culture of Tuscaloosa going to be in one place. German culture, Japanese, Hispanic, folks representing Ghana, African American culture, Native American culture. And I understand even some folks from where's the place over?
Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Mhm.
Are even going to be active this time. So
Yeah, and they're going to have food and dancing.
and all kind of art kind of stuff that reflects the culture of all these different cultures. And good news is it's free.
It is free. And Russell, I was going to tell you my strategy is I'm going to wear my stretchy pants
Yeah,
because of the food, right?
they got lots and lots. Of food.
Yes. So also, speaking of dancing, auditions are underway for Tuscaloosa's Got Talent. This is a charity fundraiser. Proceeds help Alabama Cancer Care Angel Fund. This fund helps to give hope and assistance to cancer patients in need. So auditions are underway. Why would you want to audition? Not only would you be helping raise money for this very worthy cause, but you could potentially win $1,000 as the grand
that's a
prize.
good deal.
And second prize is $500. Third prize is $250.
Yeah.
So if you would like to audition, just call Dibia 205-792-5476. And I've been involved with the show for a while and been hosting since 2019. And for the very first time, Cousin Russell, Mr. Johnny Rocket Aycock will be on stage with me at the historic Bama Theater on April the 4th to co-host
I'm gonna tap
the
dance.
show.
About that.
I'm tap dancing.
We've had a lot. I mean, this show is on fire this year. So
Boy, and
really, and they're going to limit the entrance. So you might want to go ahead.
yeah, because we already know there's a lot of folks auditioning, and it's going to be competitive.
Yeah, come on, Russell.
It's going to be competitive, so you folks better get ready for this one.
What you got for us, Russell?
Before the professionals took over emceeing, I actually helped with this backstage. Kip Tyner actually emceed this a while back.
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah. And I was the guy that lined everybody up, kept them in line. Okay, you're next. Was getting them 3 back.
The handler.
The handler,
Backstage
the
handler,
yeah, the cat wrangler.
Uh-huh.
I tell you, the amount of talent that comes through there is amazing. It's a good show. If you haven't got talent that you think you got, come watch it because you will be amazed.
Come watch it, buy a ticket. If I weren't hosting, I always joke that the only way I'm involved with a talent show is either, behind the scenes or hosting. Otherwise, I'm buying the tickets. I'm not auditioning. But for those of you,
I had this image of Russell kind of getting everybody ready, and there was a song that popped in my head, Russell.
Oh gosh.
Cousin, you remember this song? Rolling, rolling,
Oh, yeah.
rolling.
Yeah.
Oh, the streams are swollen. Keep him
Oh,
rolling,
roll high.
rolling. Roll high. I don't think that fits the show, though.
Mhm.
I don't think I'm going to get auditioned to do anything.
Well, you could, but you can't audition and co-host. You got to make a choice.
Well, I think I'll just stand there and look pretty.
You're gonna be working. I got news for you. It's
Well,
work.
Before we run, we're already running into the break time, but I do want to talk about just real quick our group students over at the University College.
Shout out to Carson Jones.
Carson Jones and KESEM,
Mhm.
KESEM. KESEM is a University of Alabama student organization that's working to support kids whose parents are going through cancer.
Right.
And what a worthy cause and what a great service these young students are doing. But we want to support them, and they've got their Make the Magic Gala coming up.
That's right.
And it's on March the 27th, 5 o'clock, University Student Center. And if you want to go, it's easy. If you just want to donate, which we want to encourage you to support these fine young students who are doing really good service work, go to donate.kesem, that's KESEM, donate.kesem.org/Alabama MTM 2026. And let's support these fine young people who are trying to help the kids.
Yeah.
It's really a great cause.
Yeah. Looks like you got another announcement too. That's kind of fun, Johnny.
Yeah,
Rocket.
we're having a little fun with this one, aren't we?
Yeah.
Folks, if you want to join the Noon Show in a special event in 2027, this is 2027, but we have partnered with Travel Bug Company and Virgin Cruise Lines,
Yeah.
and leaving on July the 4th of 2027 from Barcelona, Spain. We're
Right.
getting on a Virgin cruise ship, and we're going to cruise around the French Riviera,
Yeah.
Italy, and all these beautiful places.
We'll see Tuscany, Rome,
Oh gosh.
Provence, Marseille, France.
But you can join us. Now's a good time to start planning to go with us. Go on and get scheduled. And,
How do people get more information, Johnny Rocket?
Well, it's my favorite information on contact. Hello at travelbugcompany.com. That's
Yeah.
hello at travelbugcompany.com. Y'all join the adventure, and we're gonna have a great time.
Okay, y'all. Today is St. Patrick's Day on the Noon Show. When we return, we'll start a conversation about the surprising history behind one of the world's biggest celebrations. You've been listening to the Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We will be here right back.
Oh, that hurt.
Is that mic over there out of commission?
It is, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's a bummer. So,
Well,
so
we
this,
haven't tried
but this is your microphone.
Yeah, it's gonna be yours.
But we're going to say when we do the commercials, let me get the commercial stuff. We have to have two. But
Yeah.
to interview you, we shared this one.
Yeah,
Okay,
we,
all right.
we just switched back.
Just curious what the protocol would be. Sounds good.
We haven't tried this one lately. As far as we know, it's the processor's out, not the mic. It's the processor. We actually haven't tried it in a while. It seems to never move, so I'm assuming the other folks that use the
It's been
studio
parked for a while.
are not using it either,
Mhm.
as far as we know.
So you got to start making a correction on your repair cafe
Yeah,
about bringing all of your broken household items and things. Make sure
stuff in the
you.
radio room.
Well, no, because like my wife will hear that and she'll be taking me down there. All your you need to specify electronics and appliances.
Not humans.
Yeah, if you tell her to bring your broken household items, she's gonna load me up in the car, and I think we're going for a book signing or something.
That's funny.
We might use that, Russell.
Needs clarification.
Little clarification.
Yeah.
That's good.
Do you know Bearville College of Arts and Sciences is our newest sponsor?
No, that's
Yes.
fabulous.
We agree.
Hey,
It feels like
This is
coming
wonderful.
home for me because me being in chemistry, I
they
was
signed a
in the
6-month
college.
contract.
College of Arts and Sciences.
And
Oh, okay.
then they agreed that at the end of that, when the new fiscal year starts, they're gonna do a.
Oh
year
yeah, it's very
contract.
good.
Wow. So we're going, and we've got a proposal in College of Engineering too right now.
Lovely.
So we hope to pull them in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was Albert a part of that, or
Oh,
did that?
he kind of facilitated it,
That's
yes.
great.
Yeah, he
I'm glad you
probably
made that contact.
he
That was
probably
great contact. Yeah,
really
because he's
helped out a lot.
introduced us to all of you. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, out at the conference that day.
Yeah.
And then he took it and ran with it, went up to the dean's
Oh,
office.
what I told you was I finally
He said
got.
the dean
Because remember I told you I couldn't get
enthusiastically
to
said,
the-
absolutely.
Finally, and then
That's great.
actually answered it. So
We
I
had a good proposal though, because connecting
Mm-hmm.
town and gown kind
There we
of
go.
is a big deal.
It
And
is.
not many people do
What
that.
time do you have to leave, Russell?
We're doing it. We got a new show too.
Probably the
That's
latest I
gonna
can
do
get out here be
Okay.
like
So we're
12:45.
going
That'd be
to
running.
radio next.
Do we?
I've
Did
got
we
a
run out of
meeting
time to
at,
take pictures right
Pilot
now?
we're gonna do.
I got a meeting
in
at
4
1 o'clock I
weeks.
gotta get to. It's only about
That
10.
goes well.
Okay, next break. Let's take a picture with
12
everybody.
show series. If that
It's,
goes,
it,
we'll
they're,
go year.
it's good. We've
statewide.
discovered it's better. Picture better with any kind of light, ring light or
Yeah.
those fill lights. You okay?
Yeah.
That happened to me about a week or two ago.
The weather going 80 to
Yeah.
40, 80 to 40.
Yeah, it's crazy inside.
Welcome back to the Noon Show right here on FM 100.1. Thank you so much for joining us. No matter where you are part of the Noon Show family. We love you guys. Thank you so much for your encouragement, your support, and for listening and sharing the Noon Show with your friends and colleagues. And we're trying to bring you a good show every day, and we always have absolutely fascinating guests, and that's the case today because we're going to be talking about St. Patrick's Day. And happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day and
Yeah.
happy birthday to my sister. And I'm
Yeah.
officially calling the first two questions to Nat.
Should I be surprised?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
But anyway, so we do have we're so unbelievably grateful for everyone that participates. And cousin Russell's in the studio today. We're glad to see him, and he reminded us of something just a minute ago
Yeah.
that we need to clarify something on that Repair Cafe. And I said, "What's that, Russell?" And he says, "Well, his wife said something about taking him to get repaired."
Oh, wait. What? That's funny, Christy.
Yeah, one of those household items that she's got is
Well, it
his
fits the bill, though.
cousin Russell needs a little repair work.
He is in the household item, sort of.
He's kind of, that's what us guys are.
Yeah.
We become household items. I don't know if we're any good for anything.
That's hilarious.
But I don't know if I'm any good for anything. It's just take me along. Hang out.
Guess what we learned the other day, cousin? We could actually add you when you come back on the show. You be on the live feed at the same time from
That's
your
right.
page and our page.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
learning all kind of crazy stuff. But
Yeah.
Anyway, but Lisa, did you ever notice that the biggest ideas on this show usually start in one place?
Absolutely. The Bearfield College of Arts and Sciences at the University of Alabama.
That's right. This is the engine room. Scientists are discovering, historians are interpreting, communicators connecting, artists creating.
And Johnny, that's what I love. It's not siloed.
Mm-mm.
Chemistry students collaborating with environmental researchers, political science students analyzing real world policy, musicians performing while data scientists are building the future.
That's right. It's where curiosity isn't just encouraged, it's actually expected.
And that kind of foundation prepares students for anything: medicine, law, tech, public service, entrepreneurship, you name it.
Yeah. If you want to see where tomorrow's leaders are being shaped today,
Visit artsandsciences.ua.edu.
at the
Bearfield College of Arts and Sciences, where big ideas live. Roll Tide and roll research.
That's right. We love those folks.
Yeah.
And have gotten to meet so many, not only
That's right.
bright minds, but just beautiful people. I mean, these are good folks. I tell
Yes.
you what.
Thank you so much for sponsoring
Yeah.
the show. We were over the moon about it, but I'm going to change the subject.
Shout out to Albert Pion.
Shout out to Albert Pianki. Well, I'm thinking about it. Johnny, people think Hudson Pool is just about engagement rings.
Well, they'd be wrong about that.
Yeah, so wrong. They have beautiful fashion jewelry, colored gemstones, luxury watches, engraving, repairs, even bridal registry services.
Yeah. What if you got a piece sitting in a drawer that needs repair?
We'll just bring it in. I mean,
Okay.
they'll take care of it, like the repair cafe at the library.
Yeah.
That's what a hometown jeweler does all the time, though.
Yeah. And they've been part of the Tuscaloosa community for almost 41 years.
That's incredible. They understand that jewelry isn't just jewelry, it's memory and it's legacy.
Oh, it's moments.
Yeah, just like my grandma's ring. Hudson Pool Fine Jewelers, downtown Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, visit them at 1111 Greensboro Avenue or go to hudsonpool.com for the same great service and merchandise.
That's right. And tell them that Lisa and Johnny from the Noon Show sent you. Okay, in case you are just now joining us, we are joined live in studio by Dr. Nathan Lowen. I almost called you Patrick because we're thinking St. Patrick's Day.
This is St. Patrick. Jr.
Yes,
here.
yes. But we're going to be also looking a little deeper at the history behind the holiday. And Dr. Lowen is a professor in the Department of Religious Studies at the University of Alabama Roll Tide and Roll Research. Dr. Lowen studies religion and culture, and today he's helping us explore how, how food, festivals, and fashion become part of a culture's identity toolbox, and how St. Patrick's Day evolved from a modest religious feast day into one of the biggest cultural celebrations in the world. We'll also talk about the remarkable story of St. Patrick himself, the history of Irish immigration to the United States during the Great Famine, that would be the Great Potato Famine, and how Irish Americans helped shape American politics and culture. Dr. Nathan Lowen, welcome back to the Noon Show studio. Woo!
So glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. Let's dive right in. So, question one, most of us celebrate St. Patrick's Day with green shirts and parades. I got a green shirt on. But who was the real St. Patrick, and what parts of the story are legend versus history? And Johnny, don't forget, I've got question number 2 already.
Well, thanks for having me. I need to say first, I am not an expert in this area, but I can speak to it a little bit just from my training in religious studies. And as you say, all kinds of good ideas and questions are pursued at the Bearfield College of Arts and Sciences.
That's
So
right.
I have some thoughts and some questions maybe. I don't know if I'm going to be the authoritative voice on this, but I'm glad to share with you. Now, your first question was about sorting out facts from mythology or something along those lines.
Right.
A lot of what's involved with St. Patrick's Day is what we remember as a group rather than what we know as a fact. It's, the history of St. Patrick's Day is not like mathematics. It's not 2 + 2 = 4. It's something more along the lines of how are different groups around the world remembering this thing? What sort of practices do we do? Where does green come from, for example? Why might I be wearing flowers on my shirt instead of green? I mean, these are the kinds of things that we
That
can
was
ask
intentional,
questions
Matt?
about. It was a little bit intentional.
Okay. I want to know more.
Well, I mean, many cultures, when we're talking about springtime, have different sorts of spring festivals, right? We talk about festivals in Japan, festivals in Ireland, festivals in Canada, festivals in Ukraine, right? We have various spring festivals. St. Patrick's is part of one of those things, right?
Yeah.
It's a spring festival that happens during Lent, right? When we should be fasting, when we should be
Fasting
thinking.
and praying.
Yep. But it's the one day where those rules don't hold, which makes it even more festive, right? If
For
we
the
have,
Irish Catholics?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so if you have, a time of fasting and Lent, and then one day where you get to be free from that for a little bit, but then you go back to it again, that day stands out, right?
Sure.
That's, I don't know if I'm answering your question right now, but that's one thing, right? It makes a blip on the radar screen. Whereas if everybody was celebrating in the same way for all of Lent, then you wouldn't notice it, right? But instead
Right.
you have this kind of like low part and then St. Patrick's Day, right?
I like the way you described that. Well, okay, so I thought this was really interesting. I didn't know anything about this until I started doing show prep for today. So one thing that surprised me is that St. Patrick, number one, he wasn't actually Irish. He was born in
Mhm.
Rome and Britain and was kidnapped and enslaved in Ireland as a teenager. Okay, I have a quick follow-up. I'm going to just throw them both out to you. Ready? How did that experience shape the rest of his life? Here's the follow-up. Patrick's story actually begins with kidnapping and slavery, what we'd call human trafficking today. Does that make his story feel more relevant to modern audiences?
Wow, man, Lisa, I
You
wish
see
you
why I
were
call
in
it
my
question two?
classes. You'd be the best student ever. I
Thank
think
you.
would be-
Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
I just register what you just said. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right.
Well, as you say, like the name Patrick is a Roman name, right? Patricius is so whatever St. Patrick's name was, and there are some ideas about that.
That
Patrick
wasn't
was not it.
Oh, really? That
Right.
wasn't his name?
Well, I mean, how many folks in 5th century, what we now call Great Britain, but how many folks on the British Isles in the 5th century spoke Latin, do you think?
Well, that's
Oh.
true.
So it's a Roman name.
Well, St. Patrick sounds nice.
Mhm.
That sounds
It does.
Irish.
And so also, as you're talking about how is this relevant to today, in
Sure.
the sense that, the experience of St. Patrick, of being extricated from his home and family and being forced to do labor in another area of the world. Any of us could have that name, and a lot of people still do.
But he was kidnapped to Ireland.
Yes.
By who? Do you remember from in your reading? I'm sorry.
I'd have to
Some
go back
people-
and reread. That's not entirely clear.
Let's just say he was kidnapped to Ireland. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and then that's the interesting thing. Why would you go back to the place where you had a horrible experience? But in the mythology of St. Patrick, he went back as an evangelist, right? So there's that connection as well. And I'm not entirely sure how much of what we're reconstructing is fact, but these are the stories that are told. And even if they're not true, they're important stories that we share in terms of what brings us together.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, we are up against the break. Unfortunately, Johnny Rocket, I guess we will let you have some questions when we come back. So grab your green and stay with us. More St. Patrick's Day conversation with Dr. Nathan Lowen right after this quick break. You've been listening to the Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We will be here right back. Gosh,
You have
that's
such
so
big
loud.
questions. Man, they're good though.
Well, and I want to know more about the history of Irish immigration. I think that's incredibly interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know if there? I wish you get a picture too.
Yeah.
Are there more? Because a lot of people came to the South. A lot of Irish people came to the South in particular. Do you know why that would be? Because there's a lot.
Right. No, it's a quick answer. We
Okay.
have to figure that out. But yeah, like, I mean, Irish background, folks with classically
Hey, Floss.
red heads. Plenty.
Come on, Russell.
And green wasn't the color of choice to start with. It was blue, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know about that?
Yeah. The actually the Roman Catholic, the robe and all was
All right, y'all squeeze in.
blue.
You got,
Welcome back.
you got to do this quick.
Oh,
Quick,
okay.
quick, quick.
French 100.1 with Lisa Jones and Johnny A.
Focus.
Online
We're gonna have to do it later. That
Fish
mic's in the way. I couldn't get out of
Tuscaloosa.
the way.
You can call us anytime live at 205-723-0731 or message us.
I'll stick around a little longer.
Fish Tuscaloosa.
All right.
Now here's Lisa.
Welcome back to the Noon Show right here on FM 100.1, and we're having a Irish Day here on the Noon Show, and happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. And we're going to get back to our conversation in just a second. One thing I'm going to have to say though,
What's
you know,
that?
I'm glad his name was Patrick, because I mean St. Rupert's Day doesn't sound right. St. Charlie's Day, no, that doesn't work.
Yeah, that's good.
Anyway, so
Great point, Johnny.
kind of cool stuff.
Yeah.
I like this stuff. We're going to talk about a little bit more about the influence of the Irish. They've had a tremendous influence on our culture here in America. We're going
Sure
to talk
have.
about that next. And but Lisa, I have to tell you,
What's that?
I had a big moment at Bryant Bank the other day.
Oh, what'd you do? What happened?
Well, I walked in, and a couple of folks actually said, "Johnny, hey, what can we do for you today?"
But Johnny, that sounds pretty normal.
Well, yeah, but they actually listen to you. That's what I like about it.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're really good. They're so professional. They help explain things very clearly to you.
Yeah, like step by step. I mean, because you know what? That's what good banking should be.
That's right. No pressure. There's no confusion. They're just good people helping others, and they're doing their job extremely well.
And while they're doing it, they're making you feel comfortable.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to go back just to say hello.
Of course you are, exactly. And you can visit Bryant Bank in any of their beautiful locations, North River, Northport, and beautiful downtown T-Town, or online at bryantbank.com.
That's right. And remember, Bryant Bank is an equal housing lender and a
And a
member
member
of
FDIC.
But anyway, Nat Lowen, our friend,
Yes, sir.
professor,
So glad you're here.
super nice guy. We were just talking when Dr. Bianchi introduced you. It was just you're just so engaging with folks.
Russell, he's
I would love to
he's
be in
the
your class.
popular professor
I
out
would
there
love
at
to be in
Department.
your classes.
Oh,
They'd
yeah.
be a lot of fun. one of the things we do want to talk about now, St. Patrick's Day, there's a lot of myth to it, and there's a little bit of fact, maybe a little bit. But anyway, but the Irish have had such influence on America. Matter of fact, didn't the St. Patrick's Day parades begin in America? I think
They did, and then they were in Ireland later, right, Nat?
Yeah, I mean, the first St. Patrick's Day parade was in the Americas, in the British colonies in 1601.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first parade in Montreal, which was also a British colony at the time, was I think 1642 or somewhere in there, the mid 17th century. So yeah, the idea of a St. Patrick's Day parade is really a thing of the diaspora. It is not necessarily something that started in Ireland. And actually,
please define diaspora.
well, diaspora just refers to any community that is identifiably away from wherever their homeland might be.
Oh.
Or actually, I like the word heartland. A lot of people talk about homelands, but I'm like, you know what? Where's your heartland? And then that's, where your people are from, as it were. And so the Irish diaspora are the ones who started practicing St. Patrick's Day and doing a parade, or at least not practicing the day, but doing the parade along with the day, right? So I used to live in Montreal. I did my degree at McGill University, and the party in Montreal on St. Patrick's Day is something to behold. Something to behold. In fact, I taught at a Catholic school, Marianopolis College there. And while it's not an official holiday, we got the day off at the Catholic school on St. Patrick's Day because there would be no students there anyhow.
Wow, that's incredible. I want to talk about this in just a second. So one of the reasons so many Irish people came to the United States is because of the Great Irish Famine from 1845 to 1852 caused millions, absolutely millions, to leave. And there's just a dramatic population shift that they haven't quite recovered from. But I want to jump back and talk about in the 1800s, Irish immigrants faced serious discrimination in the United States, including those famous "No Irish Need Apply" signs. And I can remember my dad; he was in the Navy, and during the time of the Vietnam War, and they were in the Philippines, and they had signs up that would say "No dogs and no sailors." So can I only imagine, Irish immigrants seeing those "No Irish Need Apply" signs, and they're fleeing their heartland, as you would say, trying to survive. How did St. Patrick's Day become a way for Irish Americans to push back and show pride?
Right, that's a great question. I mean, and as you said, diaspora refers to whatever different group. And so, yeah, St. Patrick's Day, the parade, making it a celebration, making it something that invites people in. So it's identifiable, right? It's a parade. It's in your town. Everyone can see that it's happening, but it's not exclusive, right? You're invited into it.
So they're okay, including other people to hang out with them, basically. Yeah. Celebrate.
And what that does is it just says, come celebrate with us. We're regular people too. Come be a part of us. Let us be a part of your community. So a lot of the events that you all described at the beginning of the show are also about just come out and see who your neighbors are.
Yeah.
That's it.
And we know, I mean, Boston is who I think about first. I mean, the Irish settled in certain places. Boston is one. The Irish actually over years really controlled the politics of a lot of things in the East. And they've been very politically influential over many decades. And it's just fascinating that the Irish moved here and had such an influence, even though they were folks were biased against them, but something changed during that time. I'm not sure what it was.
What do you think would account for the discrimination against the Irish? Who was you actually doing the discriminating? Do you know about that?
Well, that gets really tricky, but it has to do with the differences between Catholics partly and Protestantism in the United States.
A religious thing.
I mean, you recall that when John F. Kennedy became president, that was a big deal.
He was Irish.
Because he was a Catholic, first Catholic president. And so part of the Irish story in America is the story of everyone in America being open to each other and us being a melting pot together, learning to live together and overcoming our differences, right?
Sure.
And so we can trace that back to the time when the Irish folk here were not as accepted as they are today, and that maybe other immigrant populations are experiencing a similar thing today, and later on, 100 years from now, we'll be celebrating parades for them. I'm not sure, but this is the story of America.
You know, and it could be that just, I of course don't know what it actually looked like, but then right off the bat, they're fleeing poverty. And
Yes.
so they're poor. And so, you know, there's a social status component to
Mhm.
it. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
Just thinking out loud. But I would like to know, what do you think? So just how dramatic was the population shift? This is back to the
Mhm.
great Irish famine, the potato famine. How did it reshape both Ireland and the United States?
Unfortunately, that's way outside my expertise. Probably, I could speculate on that, but I would have to do some research. I mean, the situation in Ireland was desperate. It was very difficult. But arriving here at the beck of and the call of America wanting to settle, right, and to increase its population, you always have that thing, right, that you need immigrants to support your economy. Even today, we need immigrants to support our economy. They bring in a huge amount of money to our economy, but you also need to have the structures and systems to bring them into the economy, right? So that's the best I can do. That this is a political economy question of how does an emerging country, right? We're turning 250 years old this year. How does an emerging country balance the interests of having an economic base, supporting that with immigration, but then also on the social side, making sure that the immigration doesn't upset other aspects of the country's functioning. So I'm sure a political scientist could do way better than me at explaining that, but off the cuff, that's the best I can do.
Well, again, from a socioeconomic point of view, and we know, I mean, one of the facts we've learned that Ireland still is not ever recovered from the loss
Yeah, right.
during that
Great point, Johnny Rocket.
famine and
Mhm.
all the movement here. But from a socioeconomic point, and you're kind of getting my little wheelhouse now. What one theory is that they started settling in fairly major population centers early.
Yep.
Again, Boston, Chicago, and there was such a movement of the Irish that they became extremely influential. Where did the Kennedys grow up?
Right.
You know, in Massachusetts, they're Irish descendants. To your point, I remember when Kennedy ran for president, number one issue was he was Catholic.
Right.
And
Really?
that would not be an issue today.
No.
No, it wouldn't. We
I
didn't
didn't hear
think about
anybody
that.
talk about Joe Biden being Catholic.
Right.
You know, so
No.
it began to permeate major centers. New York would be another one, I'm sure, but Boston's the one that kind of stands out. And as that Eastern political influence grew, it kind of began to permeate the rest of the country. That's a little bit part of the story.
Yeah, and again, it's not unique to any immigration population.
It's really not.
A sociologist would tell you that when migrants come to a country, they want to go to a place where they know they're going to get a job, where they know that there are resources, where they know that there are populations. I mean, anyone who's from the Midwest probably knows the story of their ancestors. My ancestors came over from what is now Ukraine. And they came to a place that just had nothing. So if you move to the prairies, it's tough. If you move to a city, at least you know other humans can survive there. But on the prairies, it's just you and the sky.
Yeah.
And that's a different situation. And it's not attractive when you're immigrating to a
And
country.
you know, and I don't know the answer to this question, but I would think, you know, the British Isles, I guess, are the major immigrant influence in America. I guess the British settled, Irish came. I don't know the answer to that, but it kind of makes logical sense that the influence of the British Isles, which includes Scotland and Ireland and England and Wales, you know, the influence they've had on our culture.
Yeah. Well, you know, as we know, there were the 13 original colonies were colonies of Britain. So that makes a lot of sense of that. Whereas, I mean, the Canadian example, Canada was colonized by the French and the British. And then there was a war between them, you know, on the plains of Abraham in Quebec City. where then the British won, but they still had to work with that large French population that had settled there already, and a Catholic population. So when we're talking about St. Patrick's Day in Montreal, in Quebec, in Canada, it's a French Catholic holiday. It is not a Boston holiday, as it were, right?
Yeah, we're up against a break. One of the things, I don't know if any are going to know the answer to this one, but maybe somebody knows. Why is it this day?
Oh,
Why
because
today?
it's supposedly the day of
He
his
did-
passing.
Died,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, it's his death. Okay, so
Yeah.
Sunshine, we're almost at break time, if not past it.
Yes. We're going to be talking. This is definitely St. Patrick's Day on the Noon Show today. We will continue the conversation when we come back. You've been listening to the Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We will be right back. All right, come on. Let's get a
Picture
picture.
time.
All right, let's get it.
Let's try again.
Somebody, let's get it zippy zoom.
Okay.
Because he's got to go.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you too.
All right. Everybody ready? Smiles on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, just so you know, Dr. Lowen, so the reason you'll see a bunch of people around here wearing these bracelets, he's a Christian book author, and that's the title of one of his most recent books. And he does a daily devotional. He's got a big following on
Oh,
Facebook.
nice.
Big following. And you being a professor of religious studies might be interesting. You should connect.
The person you should connect with is my
I love-
brother-in-law.
I love his devotional.
He's written a book called Camping with Kierkegaard, which is about finding God in the wilderness.
Camping what?
Camping with Kierkegaard. Kierkegaard was a theologian or a philosopher,
Yeah.
right? A Dutch philosopher. His whole thing is he asks the question, what is worthy of your finitude?
I need that book.
It's a great book, Camping with
Connect.
Kierkegaard.
I got to run. Can you connect us?
Yeah.
I certainly can. Thank you for coming. Can you shoot us a text too about the? We need to make that happen. Thanks for keeping us on the toes. We are so excited. We're going to do the Mayberry Fest. Tell them real quick what we're doing.
Yeah, look,
Yeah,
I always wear a shirt because at
Oh yeah,
the
Yeah, I know you're talking about,
Napoleon
vote-
Dynamite, I had
yeah.
to vote for Pedro. But look, Mayberry,
Mayberry
this
Man.
is the shirts they gave us on set when we filmed the Mayberry Man, the movie that you watched.
Yeah.
But my Mayberry Man shirt today.
we're going to Mayberry Fest. He's invited us,
It's in
and
Indiana. It's largest. Like,
Actually, Mayberry's a religion.
Mhm.
It's a big festival surrounding the host show. Yeah, it is religious.
it's Andy Griffith's 100th
100th
birthday,
birthday, and I'm
Wow.
releasing a book on his birthday.
and we're figuring out how we're
Called
going
Whistling
to
Wisdom.
participate.
You know how the Andy Griffith show goes
Yeah,
on
yeah.
with the world famous whistle? Yeah.
Yep.
So it's Whistling Wisdom, the gospel according to Mayberry. And it takes each episode. I don't do all 249. That would be a big book. But I do 60 of my favorite. And I give a moral lesson tied to scripture and tell us a daily purpose for that.
Can't wait for this.
We're going to ride in the parade in a police
Can't
car.
wait for that.
Yeah, I got y'all lined up for the parade.
Can't wait for the book.
But
That's gonna be in
yeah,
June.
they're gonna connect us. But I would like to talk to you more about that.
Yeah.
So, and
That'd be great.
I'll get you tons of these for you too if you want.
All right, thank you.
Let's do commercial
They're
one.
gonna slip by.
Thank you for
Thank
coming to
y'all.
see us, cousin. Drop by more often. Don't be
I
a
will.
stranger.
I'm just out of town so much. It's hard to catch up.
All right. Love to you and Christy.
All right, love y'all. Bye.
Send us
Bye,
a
y'all.
text. Don't forget.
I got you.
Welcome back to the Noon Show right here on FM 100.1. Thank you so much, and happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Yes, and
Hope
happy
you got-
birthday to my sister.
Hope you got your green on, or you're going
Yeah.
to get pinched if you're not careful. So
Look
put
out.
something green on, and we're wearing green today here in the studio.
We are.
So it's kind of cool.
Boss is not me and not Axel.
Uh-oh.
I am.
Oh, you are?
All right.
Do we have to pinch Axel Rose? Is this happening?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no,
Lost the
Floss
ball.
is protected. Floss is protected.
Got shamrocks all over her shirt. How
We'll
cool.
deliberate and make a decision about Axel.
Let's see. We're going to
We'll
talk
have to
him
decide.
about
Yeah,
it.
we'll do that. But before we make that decision, Johnny, quick question.
Okay.
So what's the number one thing that keeps business owners awake at 3 a.m.?
Usually it's people problems, or maybe it's knowing if the business is really moving forward or not.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. And that's why Ken DeWitt works with leadership teams using EOS, the Entrepreneurial Operating System.
That's right. And that helps companies get clear on their vision, right?
Yes. And this is an improv thing, remember? Yes. And it also puts the right people in the right seats and creates real accountability.
So instead of guessing what the priorities are,
Everyone knows
Okay.
exactly what matters this quarter.
oh,
Mhm.
well, Ken has helped, I know, because he's told us about it. More than 100 companies do exactly that.
Yes. And if you want fewer 3 a.m. worries and more
Mhm.
traction in your business,
That's right. All you got to do is visit implementer.eosworldwide.com/Ken-DeWitt, and you can get a free introductory call.
clear vision, healthy teams, real results. That's EOS
yeah.
system with Ken
And we
DeWitt.
love Ken
And
DeWitt.
shout out to Ken. Yeah.
That's right. He is one of the best.
Okay, Johnny Rocket, do you have the leadoff question, or do you want me to take a stab at it? What do you want to do?
It doesn't make any difference. I just think it's really, really important to remind ourselves that the Irish have had great influence on this nation of ours,
Yeah,
and that St. Patrick, thank goodness, wasn't called St. Charlie.
that's great. Now, I want to get back to that, as I alluded to earlier, Nat. So the Great Irish Famine was from 1845 to 1852, and it caused millions to leave Ireland. Just how dramatic was that population shift, and how did it reshape both Ireland and the United States?
Man, I should have been like looking at my phone during the ad break because I honestly I don't have a hard demographic answer to that question. That would take a historian. I think I'd have to defer to somebody in the history department at University of Alabama to give you an exact answer on that.
Well, let's between the three of us answer this question.
Let's do it.
Why green? Why is everything green?
Well, that's kind of an easy one that I can answer. I mean, it has to do with the clover, the
That's
three-leaf
The
clover
3-leaf clover.
that was.
I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover. Okay, sorry.
Well, that St. Patrick used as supposedly, according to the mythology, to teach about the Trinity to the indigenous Irish population as he was doing his.
Oh, so not the
Evangelism.
4-leaf, the 3-leaf, as you said
Mhm.
previously.
So where did the 4-leaf come in?
I don't. It's just a song. I don't even think
I think
that had
clovers
anything to do with
normally
St.
have-
Patrick's Day.
I'm not sure, but I know that the tree is for the Trinity.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
And then green, again, it's a sign of spring. It's a spring festival. I'm wearing a shirt with flowers and green leaves on it. The idea being there that, again, it's a part of a celebration of spring. And probably, as we may know, a lot of Catholic and Christian festivals probably are adaptations of festivals that were pre-existing in the cultures where they were created.
Sure.
Right? We're thinking of Christmas. We're thinking of how Easter works. We're thinking of St. Patrick's Day. A lot of the Saint festival days
Right.
were strategically put on the days of other festivals that were already happening. And in that way, the church as a newcomer to those areas could say, yeah, we're celebrating with you on this day, but now we're also adding in this Christian element to it. And by the way, let me tell you about the Trinity, right? There's a little bit of a sales pitch going on there, or in evangelion, right? Which means good news, some good news telling, as the evangelists for the church were doing their work in this, in the 5th and 6th century, which is only 600 years after Christ's crucifixion. So this is not a lot of time between the actual beginning of Christianity and St. Patrick. That's not many generations of space.
Oh, that's a great perspective. So you were talking about how reminding us that this is Lent season.
Mhm.
And so they, as Irish Catholics, get the day off and it's a big celebration. And I think about just the visuals of, for example, celebrations like the Chicago River is dyed green. I know they do it up big in other places like Boston and Savannah and all of those places. And that was just me thinking out loud. I mean, that's really a celebration, right? I mean,
Yeah.
the big time way to show it outwardly,
visible.
Very visible. But I would like to know from you, but we're running out of time. What key elements, what key takeaways, what should our listeners know about St. Patrick's Day and or the overall Irish immigration to this country before we run out of time, that our listeners, in your opinion, or anything else from your show prep?
Right. Well, I mean, the arrival of Irish to the Americas, as Johnny Rocket has said, is an integral part of our cultural background. We think of how Appalachia has been shaped, how our music's been shaped in the South, the sorts of traditions that we have. I think you can find roots to those things in the Irish immigration and even the music that's done, the fiddle music, the stomping, all that is just such an important part of our culture, and it's worth celebrating all the different ways that that has contributed to our culture.
You know, Matt, you've opened up a lot of interesting thoughts. Matter of fact, you've actually changed my perspective today on St. Patrick's Day. You just mentioned Appalachian music came from Irish jigs.
Right.
That's where it started. We don't think about those things. And out of Appalachia came fiddle music and then blue. So there's a lot of influence. The other thing that I appreciate you bringing up, I did not know about the clover.
Right.
You know, two things that
Like
you've
that.
opened our eyes about. One is the celebration of spring. And yes, that beautiful green clover is one of the first signs of spring, but knowing that it represented the Trinity.
Right.
I don't know if I've ever known that. I may haven't forgotten it, but I think that really puts a different light. You know, the green beer and all that stuff is fun, but when you really look at it, it's in the middle of Lent. It's a fresh start, and it reminds us of the Trinity. And so I am appreciative of you helping us reflect on that, because I would not have thought of that, to be honest.
And if you do ever get to Montreal, right downtown, there is a Catholic church that's dedicated to St. Patrick, and the inside of it is beautifully decorated in various colors of gold and green. It is one of the most magical places you could ever go to.
I would love to visit that one. I've been to St. Patrick's Cathedral in no, not New York. Where were we? We were in Boston. That one was in Boston. But speaking of the Trinity, the dogwood tree, the actual leaves, isn't that reflective of the Trinity, or supposed to be indicative or symbolic?
Yeah,
that's what I hear. And it's usually, don't they bloom right around Easter?
I think so. Yeah,
I think that's right.
I certainly was looking at the dogwoods, wondering when they were going to bloom out just yesterday morning when I was out for my walk.
Okay, we have run out of time. Dr. Nathan Lowen, we know you affectionately as Nat. Of course, we're going to be calling you to come back because you're, the popular professor out there, as I always say. Thank you so much for coming to see us. I know that you've got a lot going on that you could be doing and working on. It's your spring break. So we appreciate you sharing some of your time with us. Thank you.
My pleasure. It's so good to be here.
And I'm going to go ahead and close this out in just a second. I want to tell everyone that on the show tomorrow, we have Dr. Lawrence Capello. He is an associate professor of U.S. legal and constitutional history at the University of Alabama and one of the leading voices in the country on the right to privacy. His work explores how privacy shapes our freedom, our laws, and our everyday lives, especially in a world driven by technology and data. He's the author of On Privacy, 20 Lessons to Live By. And today this is going to be for the introduction for tomorrow. He's also going to be here tomorrow to help us understand why privacy isn't just a personal issue, it's a societal one. And I want to tell you the first question, because I love it, for Dr. Capello. If someone followed you around all day taking notes on everything you did, would you call it normal or a violation? Guys, thank you so much for being with us today. Tune in tomorrow on thenoonshow.com, anywhere in the world. Happy birthday to my little sister, Jennifer. And I'm going to go ahead and close this out in a slightly different way. May the road, with an Irish blessing, may the road rise before you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and the rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hands. See you on the radio tomorrow. Okay.
That was really
great.
beautiful.
I love that closing.
That's
Thank you.
beautiful.